right, even if you don't like football, you watch the Super Bowl because you kind of have to, and then you watch because you like to watch the commercials. And so I like both. It was a good game. It was both. Dr. Audrey Guskey's with us from Carnegie Mellon University.
Duquesne University.
That's what I thought so.
Yeah,
I thought, and I said during the introduction, but I thought you were with Duquesne.
Absolutely. Been there always and hope
that's
to
what
be
I
there
thought
the
as
rest of
well,
my life.
yeah.
Absolutely.
All
love
right,
it.
so you're with Duquesne, and that's fine. And I was going to ask you before we came on, and we got talking about the commercials. And the commercials are a lot of fun, huh?
Oh, they always are, yes. Most people, well, about 10% of the audience actually tunes in just for the commercials.
Is that right?
Even though this was an exciting game, so I think maybe the game was a little bit better than the commercials, but normally it's not the case.
Yeah, that's right. Many times the commercials are better than the game.
Right.
What, $2 million a pop for 30 seconds?
Average was 1.9. Some spent up to 2.2, 2.3 million. So they were spending a significant
amount. A lot of money.
Yeah. Well, this is the second year in a row that the actual cost for the ads has dropped. You remember 2 years ago when we had all those .coms and it was a big bubble, and
that's
so
right.
they were spending upwards of 2.5 million. And this year, finally, I think things are leveling off to almost normal.
Yeah, and one of the reasons all the business, newspapers and TV have all had an ad drop in ads. So
exactly.
It was bargain basement time for the Super Bowl. Only $1.9 million for your Super Bowl ad. How about that?
Yeah, and there were a couple factors that led to that. The notion that September 11th, budgets, as you said, have been cut. The economy is bad, and with the Olympics starting in a couple of days, that a lot of people are spending their money on that.
All right. So and some of the companies actually promoted their ads in the Super Bowl, like Pepsi did.
Right.
Because we want to see Britney Spears.
Right.
And it was a very interesting Pepsi ad for Britney Spears, right?
Yeah, believe it or not, I liked it. I'm not a Britney fan, but I thought it was cute. I would have preferred if they would have had the actual original ads. I remembered most of them.
Did you really?
Yeah. But they had Britney going in, and
well, let's take a look at it. Here's the ad, the Pepsi ad for Britney Spears. It is a flashback, really, but Britney's in all the flashbacks. Here we go.
You hear something new at fountains today. People who think young say, Pepsi, please.
I sat there for a moment. I said, is that Britney? And I said, yeah, that is Britney. I said, oh, this is very interesting.
I did too, and then I kept thinking, is that her voice? But it would have to be her voice, right?
I don't know.
I'm assuming. I mean, she's a singer.
Yeah, we're talking to the folks now, too, while we're talking over the commercials, so we can... Yeah, I like that. I like that big hair look. I really do. I like this too. This would be. Didn't they ask you to vote on which generation you wanted you liked the best?
And I'm not sure which one.
I didn't catch who won. This would have been. I would have voted for this one, even though not this one, not the 70s, the 66. I would have.
Some of your younger viewers may not remember these, but these were all authentic commercials, and I think they were staged almost the same way.
Yeah, right.
Just with Britney.
This. Oh no, you know what? This was my favorite. Britney as a man, as Robert Palmer. Yeah. Britney is Britney. We don't have any drive-ins anymore.
And remember, this is a minute and a half, so they paid probably about $6 million just to carry this.
And they had a couple reruns of different segments during the show, too.
Bits and pieces, yeah. They were trying to get their money's worth out of production.
I didn't like the way this ended. USA Today rated all these things. This is the next to last, third from the bottom.
Very interesting.
1 to 10. They scored them 1 to 10, and this one got 5.42 from their marketing experts.
Yeah, well, as I looked through the list, I really didn't agree with a lot of them. Keep in mind, these are just a group of individuals. It's not scientifically designed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we can take it for.
But this one, Mayor Giuliani is always a hit. Let's run the Giuliani ad.
On September 11th, we as Americans were attacked because of our beliefs. The heroism of our firefighters, police officers, and emergency workers inspired an entire nation who immediately responded with their love and support.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there saying, all right, I'm wondering,
very proud
as I'm watching this, I'm saying,
all of our people.
Who's sponsoring this?
I'm so grateful for all the help we received.
And
now more than ever,
it was well done. It was, I think, sensitive.
I just want to say,
and I thought it was a good ad. It was right at the beginning, which was good positioning.
Monster, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And then Monster had another ad later in the program,
which was more geared to what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of movies.
I was disappointed with that. There were so many movies. You got bored with it after.
There are always movies every year.
Well, they're trying to make money off of this.
Yeah.
And the one we're going to be showing right now is the Collateral Damage, and that's an interesting one.
Go ahead and roll it there, Brian. Yeah,
He's wanted.
The interesting thing about this ad is this movie was supposed to have been released sometime second week in September.
That's right.
And obviously they postponed it. I thought it was interesting they waited and then are now bringing it out right during the Super Bowl. Perhaps good timing.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I remember them saying they delayed this movie and another movie. I forget what the other movie was. Now they can actually take advantage of all of this terrorism thing to try to like a little war movie thing.
I guess that they know timing-wise America has.
Only problem, the terrorists are for Colombia in this movie. See, and this is something else. I saw a newspaper article, that somebody is trying to stop a movie, or they're upset because the bad guys in the movie were Arab terrorists, and the Arab people are all upset saying, somebody's got to be the bad guy. Swiss terrorists are going to be in the next Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. They're going to be Swiss terrorists. All right. There is always that neat game, 6 Degrees from Kevin Bacon, right?
Right.
And explain how that works.
Basically what they do is they try to connect everybody who's ever appeared on a movie or TV show with Kevin Bacon.
And it only goes 6, in 6 degrees, 6 people.
6 people,
within
you can
6
connect
people,
him
they
to
can
almost
connect him.
anybody.
You start with him, and then he comes back, and it comes back to him.
Which is a fun game.
And
cute.
As I understand it, he is not wild about that, and never has been, but now they make a commercial about that.
Very clever.
Here we go. This is the Visa commercial from last night.
Hey, can I write a check for this?
I just need to see some ID.
Hold that thought.
Eunice, hi.
Come on.
3, 4.
Okay, so I was in a movie with an extra, Eunice, whose hairdresser, Wayne, attended Sunday school with Father O'Neill, who plays racquetball with Dr. Sanji, who recently removed the appendix of him who dumped you sophomore year. So you see, we're practically brothers.
Tired of looking for ID?
There we go.
I thought that was clever. That was one of the more clever, creative ads. Unfortunately, this year, as you noted, Fred, they weren't as exciting and interesting, the ads overall. I think part of it was the budgets were cut. I think part of it was advertisers were concerned about what image to actually portray in these ads.
That was the 17th most popular. So
17 out of about 20.
17 so 17 out of 55.
55, okay.
55 spots that ran during the Super Bowl. We're going to take a break. We have more to come. Audrey Gusky from Duquesne University. We're talking Super Bowl ads. Stick with us.
The exclusive transportation provider for Hansberger Live is Pittsburgh.
Audrey Gusky of Duquesne University and I are discussing how young we are. We were talking about the Cadillac ads. Cadillac using Aerosmith to try to attract a, quote, younger audience because Cadillac is perceived as the senior citizen car. Now Aerosmith is really senior citizen music now.
Well, baby boomers, we're turning 50 like every couple of seconds.
The Glenn Miller of our time, Aerosmith. All right, we had this. The next ad came out actually pretty high. It came in 11th.
Yes.
Another tribute to New York City.
This was a good one.
Roll it.
Yeah. They weren't supposed to show a lot of patriotic ads. This was one of them, and I thought it was very tastefully done.
Yeah, this was tasteful. This was a 60-second ad, which is unusual. The Britney Spears was a minute 30.
They probably could have done this in a shorter time period.
Yeah, I'm saying I got actually bored with this.
Well, you're wondering what's the point.
I may have gone to the bathroom during this commercial, and the commercial was so long I was back before it was over.
I was in the kitchen, but I had to admit when this one came on. But I caught the end.
I said, yeah, okay, another Clydesdale thing.
Yeah.
And then I got back as the hordes. We'll see it. Yeah, here we go. I got back about this time right here.
Which is all you really needed to see.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I will tell you, Audrey, I was in New York City over the weekend, and as a guy who grew up in Philadelphia, going back and forth to New York and seeing the trade towers being built, it is haunting. It's freaky to see the skyline without the trade towers. It really is. So it was very good.
Yeah.
And that was 11th. Now, I will tell you something else, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I don't think many people in the ad business just don't know what they're doing. Let's talk about M-Life.
Oh, M-Life. You know, this is interesting. They have been like teasing us with these ads on radio and TV for several weeks now, and everybody was waiting, what does M-Life mean? And we now know it's AT&T Wireless, and M Life is supposed to be modern life, and it's supposed to be like an e-business, type of.
Well, there are two things. I mean, first of all, in radio and television, the broadcasting. I mean, you are supposed to identify the sponsor, and I've never seen the sponsor identified in M Life up until yesterday.
Yes, the one.
Which is illegal, by the way. It's illegal. But number one, number two, if I'm an ad agency, why would I do M Life? Because everyone's thinking MetLife, and this is the new way they're talking about MetLife. Then when I finally found out it was AT&T, and I saw a print ad today.
Right.
I still don't understand what it is. Advertising is supposed to get you to understand what it is.
Yep.
And I still didn't understand, and this ad doesn't help either.
It wasn't well designed. I think they had 3 or 4 ads throughout the whole Super Bowl. None of them were really well done, and I was disappointed with them.
Here it is, right here, because this is a stinky ad.
You think with all the money that AT&T Wireless has, they could have done something better.
Yeah, I'm thinking of dropping them as a customer. Oh, they have pretty good cell service. I have a great service with them. But I hate their commercials, so I'm going to drop them. I don't know. I have no idea what any of this means. We had belly buttons. We've got bellies. We've got fat bellies, skinny bellies, attractive bellies. And I don't know what that was all about. But I said, well, okay.
And then in the end, their phrase is something about connections. And you're wondering what. Yeah.
I mean, looking at the print ad today. I mean, you're supposed to call a number, you can get directions, they'll make your reservations, they'll negotiate your next contract deal, whatever. They'll negotiate your union contract. You just call this number on AT&T Wireless, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Well, this was supposed to be one of those avant-garde, interesting, creative commercials. There were very few this year. Do you remember years ago we had all the .coms and with the cat herders, and we were like, what does that have to do with who the company is?
Singular ads, I think, stink.
Yeah. So
very creative, but they don't tell me what do you do and what can you do for me and why should I get your product?
That's the point. Advertising is supposed to sell the product, and
and then your taxpayer dollars bought a couple of Super Bowl ads too.
Quite a few.
Yeah, let's see this one.
My understanding is they got bargains, though, Fred. They only paid $1.5 million per 30 seconds.
I saw this. I said, yeah, was this another MasterCard ad? Then I said, oh no, I don't think so. We're talking about box cutters and explosives.
They had 2 ads that they ran on the Super Bowl this year. The other one was closer to the end of the game.
I saw the other one too,
which was maybe a little bit better designed with kids talking about using drugs. But you really had to pay attention to that, and you still didn't get the point. And if I didn't know to look for that one, I probably would have missed it. You like that one?
Yeah, I did. I like the other one too. The other one, I think, I agree with you. I think
there
were
a lot of cigarette non-smoke, trying to get.
Oh, those the truth, and you know who paid for those? Cigarette smokers, because that was part of the deal.
Right.
With the settlement, they had to buy ads.
So there's a lot of guilt going on in Super Bowl ad watching this stuff.
All right, that did not rank high, by the way, either. This one did, though. This next one for Charles Schwab.
And I think this ran twice, I remember. Maybe
it did. This was number 4. The number 4 most popular, according to USA Today.
It's time to walk into retirement. Why?
You have 2 classic ball players, Barry Bonds.
And in a classic movie, if you build it, they will come.
Right.
Take who?
Want retirement advice from someone you can trust?
So that was well
Charles Schwab, you'll get expert advice that's
Charles Schwab also invested in, I think it was the halftime show, so they had a lot of money invested, and they were pleased. They were one of the ones that got a bargain on this one. They came in at the last minute to put that ad in.
Some of the best ads are beer ads. I don't drink beer, and I don't drink, but I'll tell you what, beer ads are pretty funny ads. And Budweiser had 1, 2, the top 3, number 5, number 7. In fact, we're going to see, we don't see number 5, which is the BattleBots, which is a real hot TV program, but this one was number 2, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
Number 2, right here. I love this.
Wow.
No, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch ended up buying 10 total ads, so they put a tremendous amount of money in the production as well as in the airing.
They're the official beer of the NFL, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you have an official. Look at this.
The great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Ooh, that's a first.
Make it a Bud Light.
You get a Falcon that retrieves not only a beer, but a woman's bra. That's my kind. Forget the dog and cat. That's my next pet, right there.
Or the little frogs or the cute little characters. Very few little animals were shown in the
no frogs this year for Budweiser.
No.
But a bra retrieving Falcon.
You think he's a hit, huh?
Well,
What do you think of the E-Trade this year, Fred? They had the monkey.
The monkey.
And the little musical. That was at the very beginning.
E-Trade was it was number 8.
It wasn't bad. I mean, everybody looked for the monkey.
It was too much.
It was long, and it kept going on and on. You wondered, what's the point?
When's it
Are you
over?
done yet? Yeah.
Help me out here. All right, and then it used to be What's Up. Now it's How You Doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, thanks for asking. I'm doing fine. Just got in today. My brother-in-law picked me up at the airport. Mighty big airport y'all got here, and the people here are so nice.
He reminded me of Woody from Cheers.
Oh yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just got here today. My brother-in-law picked me up at the airport, and the people
I still miss the
sure are
What's Up.
nice.
To me, those were.
How you doing? How you doing? I'm doing fine. I just got here. My came and picked me up from the airport.
That was good. That was a real good one. I like it.
So, yeah, and that was 8.23 out of 10,
Yeah.
according to the USA Today people.
I think overall people were a bit disappointed with the Super Bowl ads. Thank God the game was exciting.
Yeah.
That way at least people stayed tuned in. A lot of the advertisers at the very end of the game were pleasantly surprised because a lot of times if the game is bad, people tune out. Everyone stayed glued to their seats even after post-game.
It's not often you get a last-minute field goal to decide the game.
Even though, as you know, it should have been Steelers in the game.
Well, unfortunately, I think. Well, I don't know. The Steelers. The Steelers win. I think the Rams might have won.
Well, we'll never know.
We'll never know, and that's okay. And Professor, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure.
It's always good to have you here.
Thanks.
Professor Audrey Gusky and her expert analysis on the Super Bowl ads. When we come back, let me tell you what. The next guest has a connection with the New England Patriots Super Bowl win. I'll give you that connection when we come back. Stick with us.